The chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt, will be by here in hour number 2. Eric Stonestreet in hour number 3. But kicking us off is another Kansas Cityan who loves this town and loves his Chiefs, courtesy of Crown Royal. Our friend Rob Riggle is here. Good to see you, Rob.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. By the way, I heard your comments early when I was sitting in the green room.
Yes, sir.
Spot on, man.
You wholeheartedly agree with me saying that they're going to win 3 in a row?
I've never seen anybody get it so right. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
But, I mean, the thing is that's really wild is 3 in a row.
Yeah. That's the whole. See, all this GOAT talk and all this stuff, around Brady, obviously deserved. I got it. Patrick wants to separate himself from that, right? In my opinion.
Yes.
I have no idea, but in my opinion,
I think you're right.
I think it's a safe bet.
Yes.
Being the competitor that he is, this does it. The three-peat's never been done. It's like the triple Lindy. It's never been done. He's out of his mind. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he's going to go for it. And if he pulls it off, it'll be one of the greatest sports feats in history.
So Mahomes has been compared to Brady, and he's been compared to other all-time greats. Yeah. You have just compared him to Thornton Mellon.
Thank you.
Which is very impressive,
for knowing
Rob.
Thornton Mellon.
Oh, please, come on, going back to school. Why don't you call me when you have no class? That's just. I know that movie like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
But 3 in a row for a franchise that went 50 years in between Super Bowl appearances.
Yes.
Half a century.
Yeah, I'm painful aware of that.
I mean, if you had been told, like when you were rooting for those teams, that you would be in a position and it would be real. Yeah. I mean, that's fantastic.
It's the greatest thing on earth, and I wish this kind of success for everybody in your own time. Now it's our time.
Yeah.
And so I really want us to ride this as long and as hard and as far as we can, because it happens like that. Sometimes your garden is barren, and sometimes your garden is growing. And right now our garden is growing, and I want to enjoy it.
That's beautiful. Yeah. What you just said, was touching.
That's like a Hallmark card.
That was beautiful.
It was amazing.
Well, Hallmark is headquartered right here, in Kansas City. So.
Is that right?
That is true.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So this is where they're.
Did you pick that up on the way over?
I mean,
did you stop at a store?
When you live here, that kind of poetry just flows. It just flows.
Feel it inside you.
It's easy also to say to other people that you wish this for them.
Yeah.
When if the Chiefs play the way that they can, it's impossible for them to have that right now. It's like it's potentially the time when Phil Mickelson was getting started and Tiger was there.
Yeah.
Right? The rest of the NBA when Jordan was ascending.
Yeah.
That's and it sounds an exaggeration, but we are witnessing a potential three-peat, and it is it's more than just even Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah. And what makes it special, too, is, look, the odds are against it happening, statistically speaking, but the magic is there. I believe in Patrick. I believe in the team. I believe in Reed. I believe in the organization all the way, top to bottom. So if anybody can do it, I really believe these guys have the ability to do it, and it will be incredibly special. It will be, in a weird way, again, statistically speaking, an underdog story. If they can pull off the triple Lindy.
Wow. That's a triple Lindy of takes right there.
What did you just say?
Come on.
You got thank you, friends.
Hold on.
Wow.
Thank you.
The betting favorites and the two-time defending champs are underdogs?
I'm just saying, for a three-peat, the odds are against them, and you know it.
That is true. But for you to contort,
dog. You didn't think I could twist it like that.
Are you all right? Did you just cramp up or something?
No, I feel great. I'm flowing like I got vitamin C pumping through, man.
It does look like that was the triple Lindy of takes, like you're literally flipping around in the air to try and contort yourself.
I've been on the plane a lot lately. I got a lot of time to think, just really go over this stuff, man.
Wow. Yeah. That is impressive. Rob Riggle kicking off our 3-day residency here in Kansas City with a great take.
I gotta put this out.
That is absolutely fantastic. The underdog story of the Kansas City Chiefs.
No one believes in them.
That's like a Hallmark movie right there. Well done, Rob.
Thank you.
Are you doing something for the Chiefs here this week? What are you doing?
am.
What are you doing?
Actually, I'm going to be hosting the world's largest tailgate, and then from there, I'm doing that with the Chiefs. But then from there, I'm going over to the Crown Royal Rig. They're bringing in the Crown Royal Rig.
Yeah, what is this thing?
It's awesome.
It's an 18-wheeler?
It is an 18-wheeler with 2 casks of Crown Royal, beautiful whiskey. And they're doing this great thing where they partnered up with Packages from Home, a great nonprofit that sends packages.
Oh my God, we just saw that on the screen there.
To our military, yeah.
Okay.
And obviously I'm a big fan and supporter of our military. And so I love that Crown Royal is teamed up with them to create these purple packages, as they call them. And they're sending them out to servicemen and women that are deployed right now all around the world. And it's a great thing. So I'm proud to be part of it. And I'm co-hosting that tailgate. I'm going to be a tailgating fool tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm hosting that with Tony Gonzalez, legendary Hall of Famer.
Amazing.
Great chief, Tony Gonzalez.
That's right.
Yeah. So
it's kind of he's kind of like, just to make another analogy right here, he's kind of like, because I'm a Yankee fan, he's kind of like the Don Mattingly. Obviously Tony Gonzalez has more personal accomplishments than Mattingly had in terms of stats. And first ballot Hall of Famer. Mattingly is not a Hall of Famer. The reason why I bring that up is, Mattingly never won a playoff series in his entire career. Never made it to a World Series. Tony Gonzalez. I mean, and for this team to have this success right now, and Tony didn't have it.
Yeah. But the people of Kansas City never forgot.
Right.
We'll never forget what he brought to this town, what he brought to this team.
Right.
The blood, sweat, and tears he poured out there in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
We are forever grateful to him for we held our head high. We wore our 88 jerseys everywhere. Still do. You'll still see a lot of them in the crowd tomorrow.
Sounds like you need to pace yourself tomorrow. Do you have a plan?
Always got a plan. Never stick to it, but always start out with good intentions.
Yeah.
But Kansas City tailgates are truly something very, very special. I don't have to tell you. You're plugged into the sporting world better than anybody. You guys know the barbecue and the tailgating that takes place in Kansas City is the stuff of legend. It's what everybody wishes they could do.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll be making my rounds. I'll be spending a lot of time out there. I'm getting out there early. But even when I say early and I exaggerate, it's nothing compared to the Kansas City faithful. They'll be out there, at 8 in the morning.
Sure.
And it's going to be a heck of a day. And the smell in the parking lot, it will be glorious. Just wonderfully barbecued meats. It's honestly, I get misty when I think about the autumn and the smoky smell of burning leaves in the air, and then mix that with the wonderful barbecue burn-ins and the beer and the boulevard wheat that they make right over here in Kansas City, and then you got a little chill in the air, so you got to have a sweatshirt, but it's not too cold you can't handle it, but it's just cold enough that you got to be bundled up a little bit, and then it's game time, and we're in the mix, and it's an important game, and it's going to be a tough one, and you don't know what's going to happen, and you hope everybody. And it's what life is about. It's lifeblood. It's the juice. It's all good.
Makes you feel alive.
I'm so excited. Like, are we ready to eat right now? I'm so ready, Rob.
I can smell
Let's go.
You just add in a little, back in the day, a little musk of Schottenheimer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The gleam.
Yeah, the gleam.
The gleam, my friend.
You just add that gleam. And then now the only thing that's been missing is an 18-wheeler chock full of Crown Royal.
Full of the good stuff. By the way, I think if whatever I'm missing, they're doing a lot of cool stuff. They're going to be giving away a lot of great gifts and a lot of great prizes and stuff.
Yes.
And it's for a great cause, and they're going to be doing this. That truck, that big rig, the Crown Royal rig, is actually going to be going to all these cities.
That's the size of the casks on the back.
And they're going to be driving to all. They're going to drive like 10 or a dozen cities. I don't know. They're going about 10 cities, all NFL great towns, and so this will be appearing all over. And they're going to be supporting the troops in the process. And if I don't get kickoffwithcrown.com. Kickoffwithcrown.com for anything I might have missed. Go check it out, though, because there's great information. There's a sweepstakes you can get involved with, maybe even get some Super Bowl tickets there.
Yes, Super Bowl 59 tickets. You can go to kickoffwithcrown.com. And if you're lucky, you might be able to see the underdog story of the Kansas City Chiefs play out in Super Bowl 59. You might be able to see that plot twist of the Chiefs making it to the the Super Bowl, that
Yes.
M. Night Shyamalan, O. Henry-like twist
Yes.
to the end of the football season.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to be so special when it
That's
does.
such a great take.
It's just so ridiculous.
And here I thought,
They're actually underdogs.
my take to, by the way, Mr. Patriot fan has got to appreciate that when Brady said
Well, yes, obviously.
nobody believes in us
believes.
at a parade to send them off to their 19th Super Bowl in 10 years.
Can you believe we're here?
Like,
Everyone thinks
you
we
should
suck.
appreciate that contortion right there,
I
man.
I do.
As a Patriot fan. Rob Riggle here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, so my wife and I the other night showed. She hadn't seen it yet, so I told her, like, listen, this is a hard R movie, but we showed our 13-year-old son's Step Brothers.
Good. Get him in early. 13, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You become a man.
That's true. Yes,
All right.
he literally just
There's a-
did in the eyes of the Lord.
Thank
Yes.
you. So,
Yes.
welcome to the bigs, kid. I hats off and congratulations.
So the Catalina wine mix.
Yes.
When you did the scene with Adam Scott and Will Ferrell, and you started saying, "Pow!"
Yeah.
Was that ad-libbed?
That was all improv. That was because that was reshoots. We actually had to do a reshoot on that scene because in the first scene, they kind of decided, Will's character is too passive. We want him to be more like, I'm snapping next catcher. I want the mixer. Because in the original, he was kind of like, I think I want the mixer, and he was kind of passive about it.
Yeah.
So they kind of wanted to do a different take. So we ended up going back in and doing that again later on, and so we were the scene changed quite a bit, and. Improv kind of demands you say yes and a lot. Yes and.
Yeah.
You don't actually say the words, but
Yes.
it's kind of you have an agreement and you add information is the idea, right?
Yes.
So when Adam Scott goes, he's going to eat your thing, like Kobe, or like
Kobayashi.
he's going to eat your D, he's going to eat your D. I had to agree and add. So I went. Like Kobayashi, because if I would have said no, I'm not.
Right.
The scene would have ended right there.
Right.
So that's what improv is. You have to agree and add more information, and then that you get good results sometimes.
And nobody broke up when
We all did, yeah. I mean, well, the good thing was the camera was on us when we were doing it because, but Will enjoyed it. I wouldn't do it if Will didn't like it. If Will was like, enough, I would have been okay, no problem. But he was laughing. So I always take my cue from the star.
Sure.
If they're enjoying it and laughing and having fun, or they think it's a good idea, I'll keep doing it. But if he was like, "This sucks," I would have shut up instantly.
Well, those words didn't strike me as feasible on the set of Step Brothers enough. Like that, more usually seem to be.
And that's the beautiful thing. You got Adam McKay, who's an incredible director and improviser and comedy writer, and all these things, mixed with Will, mixed with everybody that came there had all the improv skills you could imagine. And the script was really great, but it also, all it did is kind of invite more. You wanted to play more because it was so funny here that you were like, oh God, and you wanted to add, and so you did, and that's what happened in that movie. You could probably make an entire another movie. It could be the multiverse of Step Brothers, what they left on the cutting room floor.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? I would be all in on that. So I'll ask you the question that I think is a mystery to this day. Were you saying "pow"?
I was saying "pow," P-O-W.
You were,
yeah.
Because it didn't. Because Will had to ask that at one point.
Because here I was Adam's henchman, right?
Yeah.
So basically, whatever Adam said, I'm backing his play. If he would have jumped out the window, I would have been right behind him. Like I'm all in on Adam.
Yeah.
So when he's going, you mess with my nut, Brendan, I'm gonna da da da. I was like, yeah, I was wanting to kill Brendan. I just wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Because Adam did.
Yeah.
Or at least I sensed he did. And so therefore I wanted to kill him. So he was like, don't mess. I was like, don't mess. I was just ready to pounce on Will.
So you were saying.
So I was saying pow. 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 All I was doing was putting an exclamation to anything Adam said.
Then you did the double one at the end.
At the very end. I had to give it a double. Pow, pow. So we really got it. So it would stick. And now, sadly, for like the last decade, I've been saying "pow" everywhere I go.
And do people say?
Oh yeah, they love it. They love it.
Like you're walking in an airport.
I get it from across the street. I get it random. I was just out in Vegas this weekend, and walking through the casino, "Pow, pow," and I'm always like, do I look? Yeah, I'll look. I give a look, and then they're like.
And the irony is, you were in Vegas watching Kobayashi eat.
Yes, well,
Is the irony? It's a full circle moment for you, Rob.
It kind of was. It was really special. I had never met the man, and all of a sudden I'm shaking hands with Kobayashi. I'm like, he probably didn't even know about the movie. I don't know, but
well, it was in international waters.
Thank you.
Like,
so
he
they
probably
can't
didn't know
prosecute. But yeah, it was great to meet him.
Oh my God.
Kobayashi, little guy, 5'8", 158 pounds.
Look at that guy.
Yeah,
he could go.
And he put down 66 hot dogs.
But you can't compete with Joey Chestnut.
Chestnut's on a. It's his time. It's his time.
What is that like up close to witness, though?
It smells like the devil. It's just
Come on,
sweats.
really?
They were sweating so bad, and they smelled like wet hot dogs, and it was coming through their pores. When I was interviewing them at the end.
Because they dip, right?
Well, they don't dip. The dipping wasn't allowed. They
No
had
dipping.
their own set of rules that they had to agree to. Like this
really?
was negotiated like SALT II treaty, okay? It was,
Like a presidential debate.
Yes, this was unbelievable. So they had to really work out the rules. So they had to, no separation of hot dog and bun.
Yes.
They couldn't dip and they couldn't pour water on their hot dogs, but they could take a bite and drink water. So there could be that little action going on.
Okay.
But it was. I think it was probably the purest form hot dog eating contest out there as far as rules, because now it's break them in half, stick them in water. La, 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 la. This was old school hot dog and bun together, and it was fantastic. But Chestnut set a personal best and a world record at 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
I can't imagine.
I don't know where it goes. There's not. I mean, I could fill a suitcase with 83 hot dogs. Where did it go? Where did it go? I know he didn't have time to masticate it all down to fit. I watched him just, they were.
Was that the noise?
That was the actual noise. That was the actual. I have an unbelievable mimic skill.
Are you saying Alda?
It kind of sounds like Scooby-Doo. Right? It was the Dickens, I'm telling you.
Damn.
Yeah, it was real. But they stunk.
real.
They stunk. And I can only imagine, and I'm not going to go too deep into this.
The post game?
Oh. I can only imagine the bathroom.
The real state.
The insanity. I asked Joey, I said, are you going to drive out to the desert and just isolate yourself?
Let's get away from everybody.
Yeah. I said, just not only for you, but for everybody. For everybody involved.
As a courtesy.
And he just kind of gave me the smile. I don't think he didn't tell me if he was going to or not, but the smile indicated.
Yeah.
It's
the only safe place, like some sort of, Area 51 type spot to set that thing off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like like Los Alamos or get a
You remember in Casino? You remember in Casino when Pesci was standing there with the glasses and you see the car driving, that classic Scorsese moment? Yeah. That's what I imagined. If I was standing in the desert, I'd see him just burning out to the middle of the desert with a trail of dust as he makes his way to a pre-dug hole that is incredibly deep. Yeah.
Like
you think it's a mafia hit, but it's
Casino.
actually it's just him handling his business.
You got to bury it?
Yeah, bury it.
Wow.
Oh, my
Or a guy in a bulldozer in a hazmat suit.
Beep.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Like they dug the hole. It's a slot trench, so he just stands over it, handles his business, and then they just push it in on top, seal it in. Then everybody evacuates the area. They leave it alone like it was the test site for the Los Alamos nuclear.
That's what 83. Watch it. By the way, vivid imagery.
Thank you.
Very.
Number one, you paint the word picture very, very well. But that is what I imagine watching one individual consume 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's what it will set off the imagination to see what happens.
I think he has a special deal. I think he has a God-given gift. Where his stomach actually is lower than his rib cage, so it just can expand. Like it can fill out like a beanbag. It's the most amazing thing. Everybody else is fighting the ribs. He's not fighting
He's not.
the ribs.
It just drops.
Yeah.
It drops.
But God gave him that.
You know what he is? He's an underdog story.
People don't think it, but he
They
is.
don't think it.
They don't think it, but he
There's our poll question. Bigger underdog story.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Joey Chestnut.
People will not understand the reference, unfortunately, because that requires nuance, and that's not what that site's for. So that's not what it's for.
No nuance with
Oh
hot dogs.
my God, that is so funny.
Yeah, it was a banner weekend. It really
and now
was.
you're here.
And now I'm rolling into
another
the season opener.
Are you going to be the only one at the season opener who actually was at this event in Las Vegas? Do you think you might be the only human being to double dip? That's a double dip that you're allowed to do.
That is a dip.
It's sort of like what you did is you dipped the NFL kickoff in water, you know, and you consumed the Las Vegas event.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a couple.
Can't imagine
other folks out there, but I don't know.
It's unique.
Yeah.
What a week.
This will be special.
What a week.
Yeah. What a week. This is I'm definitely journaling about it. You know that's happening. Come on.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if I'm going to put it in my motivation journal or my healing journal.
Is that right? I'm glad that
You're going to need healing after this week.
Well, all I'm just saying is I'm glad that we got this conversation out of the way, so you know it won't at least 20 minutes separated from Clark Hunt's observation of the same event when he shows up here.
Yes.
I wonder if he would appreciate that the Chiefs are an underdog story.
Yeah.
I think he would appreciate that.
He feels it. If we're talking about,
He feels it.
I mean, if I were allowed to set up the proper parameters, everybody gets it.
Okay.
Everybody knows.
So you do believe this is going to happen? The three-peat's going to happen?
Listen, I pray for it every day. I want that something special. By the way, 2 Super Bowls in a row, 3 out of 4 years. You know, like it's already the most special, beautiful chunk of my life.
Right.
It's been amazing this year. Just so we're clear.
Yes.
My Chiefs won a Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Yes.
I got a royal flush in a poker tournament.
No
You
way.
did not.
And I hit a hole-in-one out in Monterey.
What?
All first. Like
Dude.
it's I don't know. Like I'm not saying the apocalypse is at hand, but I'm ready if it is. I feel like it. I feel like I'm really ticking off some check marks here.
Pretty good.
I just saw Chestnut put away 83.
Before his own royal flush in the desert. In the pre-dug hole. Oh my God, that is so funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, you're the best, dude. Thanks for
thanks for
always
having me.
being game to come on this program. If you were in the same town, you came on when you did the NFL honors before it. You're busy.
This is
man.
one of my favorite shows. No
Thanks,
joke.
bud.
It's one of my
Appreciate it.
favorite shows, and I love watching
pal.
you guys. And I always check in because you always have the best interviews with. You bring on really great storytellers, really fun people.
Thanks, man.
And if I ever make the clips, I'm always like, yes! So I'm always excited about
I have a feeling you're going to be making some clips.
Good chance.
Well, thanks
Look
for
out
having me.
for it. That's Rob Riggle. Again, everybody go to kickoffwithcrown.com. Game day recipes. You can track this 18-wheel rig that's touring NFL stadiums, American cities, also supporting military charity, the organization Packages from Home. And you get a chance to maybe go to the Super Bowl in New Orleans this
Could be
year.
pretty cool. Could be pretty cool.
Kickoffwithcrown.com. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.